SD Knight Unicorn Gundam. Hey, what's up again, everybody? It's Robert184, gundam.tk, and the SD Knight Unicorn Gundam is all put together here, so now it's time to see how this medieval version is going to be stacking up next to his regular UC version, and see what kind of fun is in store with his transformation and beast and mast modes. And don't forget to go to gundamreviews.net where you can vote whether you like this kit or don't on the front page or in its post under SD. A ton of fun putting this kit together there, as the colors and the plates are absolutely pop. Lots of seals, but they all seem to be positive additions, no negatives in there, and the double eyes are still left over as there's two already attached on, but you can see his ultimate V-fin there, the Magnum. And you've got the sword to go along with a couple little greens for the forearms and the extra hands, but... And though Bandai gives you the mechy parts here, I use some Tamiya color here. This is just plain old gold, just to make sure that the ugly yellow is going to get something a little bit better. That's going to match up, especially with the mechy side by side with it. Who is that masked man? Asked many people in Universal Century and in the days of yore as well there. But how about this body? There's going to be a little bit of green on display there. Most of it in the back and a little bit there on the front thanks to the seals. But if you ever think that the unicorn mode is plain, this guy's never going to be giving you that same problem here. Between the ridiculous cape there, the gold ponytail, an interesting way to deal with the unicorn horn. But I think the gold stickers there look fantastic, and even though you'll notice that those parts are bent in, I don't think it detracts from the overall kit. And the unicorn horn is solid there. The green on the back doesn't detract, and the gold seals around the wrists and everything else. The black for the feet and for the hands, this guy's looking pretty cool. If you agree, from this kind of close-up, and a nice touch is that inside the mask there, you are going to see glimmers of his green eyes, hinting that this guy's in a Green Lantern mode as opposed to a red. The Magnum sword is going to be looking pretty good down there. You can see some familiar touches, some lining options, and it's going to be quite 3D here. And you're just going to take the regular hand and detach the bottom so that you can put this in. Remember, there's another part that you'll see later. With the shield in its regular mode, having some deep lining options down there, and this whole thing is going to open up. But it's got a gold seal there. When it's painted by a pro, these side parts are also done up in gold. And on the inside, you are going to see a fair bit of green, but can you complain about that for the SD when we've got the exact same thing in the MG? And as he spins around here, you can see that the sword is going to be comically oversized, and that's a much better thing than the old school ones that we got. And the shield, yeah, it's going to be heavy, but you can always use the ground to support it. The guy's got decent mobility like we're used to with regular SDs, but more importantly, he looks good. Yes, I think I could want to quite easily here. As here's the difference between a small Universal Century kit and a mid UC monster. There, of course, SDs back in the day of the Crossbone X2 here were a lot smaller, and yes, look at the size of those old handguns compared to the new ones. He's got the big V-fins, but that's nothing on this guy's unicorn luck there. And though this SD of Amuro's original granddaddy was reissued relatively recently, it's still an older design, and you can just see how much progress has been made. And with the slew of new kits that we've got, from the High New to the Sazabi and things like that, you're hoping that we'll be getting a new 3.0 MG equivalent in SD form at some point. And while the poses are going to be pretty simple, at the same time they're going to be looking good, and you can use an action base to help get this guy up in the air, which will make him even more fiercely intimidating in either mode. Also, just to show you under the mask there, with the eyes, I always prefer to go with my serious eyes here. And one thing, they don't give you a serious set, so that's a little bit to my detriment. But what I did is I just took some metallic green marker over it, and from a distance it looks okay. Once you get up close, not necessarily that good, but of course there's a more fun set on the back if you're unhappy with these results, and of course you could paint it up yourself. And for the transformation here, you're going to take off these waist skirts, which is going to be revealing some parts underneath, and they're just telling you to take the whole legs off so that you can rearrange this ankle guard. From the normal down position on the left to the new Beast High mode. And the waist skirt goes for the old left-right switcheroo there. As you can see that the inside is that sparkling green, and you're going to have a lot more fun color there on the front. With the splashy part of the chest transformation being this. Oh, how I wish the Master Grade was that easy. Open, says me, and look at that. Those nice little green details. They are going to be shallow, but against the white underneath and with that built-in sparkle, really, these things just pop. And it's like this guy has some expensive jewelry bought for him here, as you can go and take these out of a Ziploc and add them onto the forearms. And here is the inside of the head, and you can just take that off and make him as comical as you choose, including look side to side if you swap out your eyeballs. And you can remove the ponytail here and the cheek pieces, and then these are going to go for the old reversal once you open up the mask, which is going to be revealing some more green on the inside there. That's from seals though, but you have that nice little green bit below, and then it's time to add on this, which you can choose how much you want it open here, or you can sweep it back as the manual is going to be recommending. And the shield transformation sees this part come off, and you can see that it's got an up-down position. Same thing for the top, and then on the back, it's time to go get these crescent moons out here, and then you can push them down and into place to reveal a lot of green on the back, and that's going to be covered up somewhat on the front, although you'll still see little hints of it. Perhaps these seals could have been thinner if you wanted to show off more, but then again, the guy's got more than enough green, including a nice little unicorn there on the inside. Yes, the stuff of fairy tales. And if the mask mode didn't do it for you, how about this peaceful, green, sympathetic beast/destroy mode here? I think this is absolutely fantastic. So what are you getting? Well, the waist skirts down there are going to have a lot more green. The shoulders, you can see that you've still got those parts on the back, but they're going to look fantastic on the front with the big color wraps. The forearms, when you see them behind the shield and the sword, are going to be good. And that gold up there, just by painting this part up, it's going to look a lot better with its gold mechy counterpart. But again, having that green jewel on the top, I think this guy just looks too cool for school. For comparison's sake, in the battle of clear green parts, I thought Age FX SD could not be matched. But you know what, if anybody could pull it off, it's this unicorn, which has been astonishing since he was first revealed. And I still remember thinking that this guy was the cat's meow for being an SD transforming Gundam. He may be worth having too as well. I detailed up the legs, may not have been the best choice, but that red underneath, it's not going to do anything near in terms of the popping that you're going to be getting with the green overlaid onto the white with that sparkle underneath. The bigger, crazier, golder V-fin, especially with the help of the paints, but this Knight version has definitely upped the ante. And with an adjustable billowing cape, the unicorn horn still on for good measure, the mechy gold and aerial posability, yeah, this guy is winning for sure. And as if two fantastic modes wasn't enough, you can get the arms out of here and the shoulders, and then reverse left and right. And then they tell you to go attach this part on to make the Magnum even more imposing. And I think I need some sort of henshin music here as you take off that boring old mechy V-fin and add on this one. Remember, it might be that ugly yellow though, unless you paint it up. They also tell you to switch weapons from side to side, but you can see that with the green hidden in the back, and even the parts that are coming through to the front now, the shoulder is going to be more subtle there, but you see some extra gold seals there. Bandai planned this every side, front, backwards, everything just works. The need for 3 modes, well, if that V-fin is any indication, I'm looking forward to episode 7. I hope he goes Super Saiyan and he gets that at some point in canon, you see. So for negatives here, I'm trying to think. You've got the sword that can be a little bit spindly, the shield fits somewhat awkwardly, some lining options could have been a little bit more clear in his mask mode, and of course, puke yellow is never anybody's favorite, especially when you've got it side by side with this. But my goodness, how the positives outweigh any of those. First of all, let's just talk about 3 modes. Unnecessary and awesome, and it's the kind of thing if I wanted to buy 2, I'd buy more if they were in red, and now I'd buy, I don't think I'd buy a 3rd one just for his ultimate mode here, but you know what, definitely 2, and then I'd want to get a red one, so 3 would be on my shopping list there. The seals all work, yes, you could put this in as the negatives, but you know what, every single seal adds something good to it, whether it's the gold details or the green details or the white details on the shield, it all works. The transformation is fun, easy, simple, and it's not going to take much time, and again, get around that by buying a second one. And that green is just absolutely popping. I used to think this was just a fantastic, one of the best SD kits ever to have a transformation, but you know what? This guy could not be any simpler. Yay, you just open up the flaps on the chest, and all of a sudden he's transformed and looks great. Expose some more waist section. The kind of thing that you had to go and paint on yourself with a real touch has now been incorporated, and for 1,000 yen. That's one of the best parts. Mechy parts. Look at all those colors back there. The green, the gold, the purple. Unnecessary capes, swords, weapons, and extra V-fin. Enough said, this kit rocks Really, I gotta go rush out and get a couple more. And I hope they do a red one at a retail one and not as a convention exclusive. Anyway, everybody, would love to hear your thoughts about this kit. Don't forget to go to GundamReviews.net and vote on it. And let me know what you think of the video and anything else. Thanks for watching, everybody. See you next time. Bandai is just laying down hit after hit, it seems.